Hey guys, so we are already 6 weeks into our school year. I cannot believe it, and I wanted to give you guys a little update. So I am just going to kind of go through all of our different subjects and talk a little bit about how each of them are going. If you have not seen what we are using this year, I am going to put them at the eye in the sky and also the description down below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think I have shared everything we're using so far this year a little bit more in depth. So if you have any questions on the specific curriculum, you can find them in those videos. Okay, so I'm really shocked that this school year is already going so quickly. This time last year, I was pregnant and just really sick. And so it's kind of crazy that we have a 6-month-old baby now and 4 other kids, and we are just moving right along through the school year. It's very hot and sticky, so we are very glad to be doing school right now and are going to enjoy some more downtime during the cooler months. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So I keep doing this pun, okay? I keep doing this joke, but this just so happened to be at the top of my pile. So jump in is the writing that my 8th grader is doing, and so far he really likes it. At first I thought maybe I was going to make copies or something like that, but I ended up just pulling the pages out that I'm going to have him do each day. So he is a couple of chapters in. He's been doing this for about 2 weeks now, and we do writing twice a week and grammar twice a week. So he alternates. On Mondays and Wednesdays he does one, Tuesdays and Thursdays he does the other. Fridays are makeup days for any of that. So he's really enjoying this. The thing that I like about this is that it is more written to the student. So in the somebody commented on my Jump In book and said that they really appreciated the teacher's guide. I wasn't sure that it was really essential, but they said it's been very, very helpful. So something to note, but he has really, really enjoyed it. He feels like he has a little bit more freedom, with IEW and things like that. It's really telling you what to write, and he really prefers things that he likes. So he is on opinion, and he is going to be on skill 3 this week. So not very far into the book, but he is enjoying that so far. Okay, so he is doing book 3 for Fix It Grammar, Robin Hood, and he hasn't done grammar for probably 6 months or so. I don't know, it was last, like the first half of last school year, I believe, or a little bit after that he finished the book 2. So he needed a little bit of a reminder, but he has been doing this for a while now. Okay, so he's just now on week 2. So I guess he hasn't been doing it for a while. So he's been doing it for about 2 weeks. So he's always really liked Fix It Grammar, and it is going well for him. So with Spelling Power, kind of the same thing. He has been doing it for at least a year, if not 2 years. He just moved into Group F, so just really moving along with those. I've noticed when I'm giving him the pre-tests that he is kind of flying through those. So he's going through this pretty quickly, and I'm not sure that we'll continue this next year because he'll be in high school. I don't know if we're really gonna do like a spelling curriculum in high school, but so far he is still really enjoying this. So my 4th grader is still in All About Spelling level 2, and he is at step 19. So he has been doing well with this. I think there for a while, some of the words were taking sometimes 2 weeks to get through, but the ones we've been doing, we're about to go into soft C. So when it says E, I, or Y, it makes the sound instead of the K sound. So I think that might trip him up just a little bit, but overall he's still enjoying this, and we still plan to go into sequential spelling. I am a little leery as to whether or not I want to not do sequential spelling and do All About Reading 3. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if he likes it, and if we're gonna see. I still don't think we still have quite a while, probably another month or 2 before we'll even get to sequential spelling. So this is the Grammar Ace. This is what we are doing with my 4th grader. I have to be honest, I'm not loving it. I understand why I got it so cheap. I think I paid $8 for both of these books. it's just, I don't know. There's just not much going on here. You basically read through it with your child, then they do a couple of pages in their book. So like they'll do one page, side A and side B. I started breaking them up. So like on Mondays he did side A, on Wednesdays he did side B, but I just felt like that was stretching it out. And then they watch their Schoolhouse Rock videos. Personally, I have been having, this is a workbook. This is the Spectrum Language Arts grade 3 workbook that my friend gave me. Honestly, I think that him going through this and watching the Schoolhouse Rock videos would be plenty compared to this. Like I really am seeing no difference. There's an explanation in here and he's doing very similar to the workbook. So I don't know. And I definitely want to do Winston grammar with him next year, but I think we may kind of just ditch Grammar Ace and just go through the Spectrum Language Arts books. Honestly, I think that, you know, they're actually getting more in here than they're getting in the Grammar Ace. I don't know. We're not very far into it. I think we're in lesson 2, which, you know, has taken, so we're about 2 weeks into it. We're going into week 3. So I don't know. I think this is really the only curriculum that I've really been like, I'm not so sure I want to finish with this. It's just not doing it for me. There's just not much there. Again, I think that just doing this is sufficient compared to the Grammar Ace. So just my opinion. Okay, so I think in his 4th grade video I shared we were going to do Just Write 1, and after looking through it a little bit more, I think Just Write 2 is probably more on his level. He already learned how to write sentences and paragraphs last year, and so he has been doing this, and he's also getting grammar practice in this as well. They're actually kind of lining up, which is funny. He just did subjects and predicates, which is what he's doing this coming week, so he's really, you know, kind of getting double grammar because writing and grammar kind of go hand in hand. So actually he's going to be doing this where he's filling in words this week, and then he's going to be doing a paragraph with 6 adjectives. So I think that this is definitely more on par with him. I think the other one, Just Write Book 1, is really good if you've never done any sort of writing at all. And I think I started that with my oldest just as kind of like a brush up, but I think this is where he needs to be, and he's really enjoying it. The thing I love about Just Write, which I've done a whole video on that, not only is it affordable, but it's very simple without being like too simple, and the kids can write what they want to write about for the most part. They'll give them some ideas or things like that, but they can kind of write what they want to write about. And I think that that is something that reluctant writers or new writers, sometimes they can struggle with coming up with ideas, but other times I think they just kind of want to write what they want to write about, and they kind of want that flexibility and freedom to do that. So he's really enjoying it, Just Right. So if I have not talked about this before, we will start the school year with a couple of subjects that we've done before and a new subject, and then we'll kind of add our subjects on as we continue. So by the end of the 6 weeks, we are fully doing all of our subjects, but it took several weeks to get there. So this was one of the last curriculums that we added. I think he's only we're still in week 1. So we just added this past week. He was doing teaching textbooks because we just do that as a supplement in the summer and things like that. And so he was just continuing that. And so we just started Math with Confidence. So far, I'm actually really enjoying level 4 because they incorporate the lesson and the games into the worksheets. So I don't have to go searching, writing everything out on my whiteboard. I don't have to go making copies of the games and doing all of that. It's all just in the workbook pages, and that has been really, really nice. A lot of people will comment on my Math with Confidence videos and ask if it's really overwhelming. And once you get started and are used to doing it, it's really not. But I think they're streamlining it a lot more with the newer editions, and I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually go back and streamline them streamline, excuse me, the older versions with this format. I think it's really, really great. I do miss the big game boards, but at the same time, I guess if you want to do that, you could always, you know, make bigger copies or whatever, but honestly, I've really preferred it that way, and he is doing well in it. I mean, it is taking a lot more time than him just doing a workbook page from BJU Math, but it's going great. I think it was perfect to add it at the end when everything else we've kind of grown accustomed to with our history and science and all the extras. And so now we kind of do this during the baby's nap time, and it's no big deal. So my older son started this sooner than my younger son started his math curriculum, and he is doing Matthew C's pre-algebra. I have to be totally honest with you. I always thought I would use Matthew C. And then when I started homeschooling, we got into a program that used something else, and then other things like The Good and the Beautiful math appeared, and it was just like, oh my gosh, and I got so taken over with these other curriculums. And then with the way that Matthew C works is that it's mastery, so, you know, kind of if you don't start with it from the beginning, it can kind of be hard to transition into. Anyways, I think that this has been absolutely perfect for my oldest. He is doing super well with it. He will watch the lesson and then do a worksheet page, and sometimes he'll go back and watch the lesson the second day and do a worksheet page, and then he will do a third day, he'll do a review page which has review from older lessons as well as review from the current lesson. And it honestly has so much, it has so many chances for him to practice the new material, and he is doing so well. I'm so proud of him. He's so proud of himself, and it has just been going awesome. And I honestly feel really bad and have regret that we didn't start with Matthew C from the beginning. I think it would have been a perfect program for him. I'm even contemplating using it for my younger kids, but I still love Math with Confidence. So I don't know. I'll have to really weigh the two options, but he is really loving Matthew C. I was a little worried he'd be kind of, you know, bored with it. I don't know, because of the video aspect, I don't know, but he is absolutely loving it. So the first few weeks of school, we did the reproduction unit by JDA, and it went exactly how I expected it to. One child was totally embarrassed and awkward, and the other one couldn't care less. So it was fine. We got through it. You know, it is what it is. That's life. These are things we have to talk about, and it went well. And now we are into our exploring creation, our physics and chemistry, and they are really enjoying it. They like the Apologia Young Explorer series, and so it's going well. And we've done, I think we're in the first lesson. I think we just finished our first chapter. So not very far into it, but they are really enjoying it so far. And let's talk about Biblioplan. We are absolutely loving Biblioplan. I will insert some of the projects we have done so far this year. I have a little visitor. Hello. Hello, Belle.
I'm not Belle.
You are Belle.
I'm
That's
Daisy.
Oh, you're Daisy. Well, you have Belle on your dress. So they are absolutely loving Biblioplan. They are loving all the projects, and it's just been really a lot of fun. This is the thing that we kind of started with at the beginning of the 6 weeks and really dove all in, and so they are just really loving that. The other thing that we are currently doing is our morning time from Brighter Day Press, and they really enjoy that as well. They like the Storybook Bible, they like the Theology book, they like the New City Catechism. They are really enjoying the composer studies and the art studies and all of that. And so I will insert a couple of clips of those as well. But they have just been really enjoying that. And that's been, we have not done any read alouds so far yet this year. Honestly, I don't really know why. We just haven't gotten around to them yet. So that is something that I would like to get working on, because there are some read aloud books that I really want to incorporate this year. So for vocabulary and logic, we are doing that a couple of days a week, and I decided for vocabulary to try Wordly Wise online. It did not end up being something that we enjoyed, so we are going to be doing Word Roots instead, which is by the Critical Thinking Company. My boys are still doing math facts for a supplement. So my oldest is doing extra math, and then my youngest was doing times tables. My younger son, I have noticed a huge difference since using time tables. My older was so against time tables. He was like, this is weird, I don't like it. So I made him go really heavy with extra math, and he has actually been really enjoying it and doing a really good job. And now my younger son, now that he's kind of done times tables for a couple of weeks, he is going into extra math as well and doing well with that. So I'm going to make a video all about times tables because I am absolutely blown away by how well it works. So for handwriting, both of them are using the Good and Beautiful handwriting, and of course that is going really, really well. My younger son's handwriting is improving a lot because we are really focusing on that this year. That was one of our goals this year, was to really focus on cursive. And my older son is just really loving the Good and the Beautiful books. He always really has enjoyed their handwriting, and so that is going well also. I also forgot to mention that this little girl is 2 weeks into her My Father's World kindergarten. Do you like it? Yeah. We're about to start our actual lessons. The first couple of weeks are just about creation and making a creation book and all of that. And so we're actually about to get into the lessons, but you love doing school every day, don't you? You beg to do school, don't you? Yes, so that is going well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I will have some more videos up for you soon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye. Okay. Bye.